On today's video, we have to fix a piece of junk. Boom! Yeah, I did that for the banter. Right, so, hopefully this will work. What's it called? A little piston thing in the back drums. Slave cylinder maybe? No. Plunger. That's the one, plunger. Right, so it popped off the brake shoes while I was driving it. I was tanking it at the time. Came flying around a corner. Next thing I know, boom, there's a Passat sat there. Slam my brakes on, popped straight down the side of the shoe. These shoes are ropey. Right, it's the second time this happened to me now. Last time, I chucked a new thing on it because it actually exploded. I took a new plunger on it. Happy days. Didn't sit right. I was like, dodgy plunger, wrong plunger, whatever. Stuck a wash on it. It seemed to work. Didn't work. Didn't get centralised. Right, so this time I bent the shoes to shape to fit the fucking plunger. Right, because that plunger, not gonna lie, this time, first time it happened, I was going around the corner in a village. Next thing I know is copper. I was like, oh, I better slow down here. I'll just put my brakes on, make it look like I'm going nice speed, not the speed I was going. Yeah. Copper didn't look very happy when I went stonking past him. So, that was the first time. Second time, nearly ran into the back of the Passat. So, I've sorted it. Hopefully this time. I'm going to let it gravity bleed, see if it'll work. These are the wheels on the Ibiza, so I thought I'd just have a little glimpse. See how dapper they look on the back of this thing. Which, not going to lie, they do look pretty cool. I reckon they sort this car well. But the whole reason this car's going back on the road, I've got to sort the exhaust out on it. I've got to make it look the bomb. My dad's sold his little Polo 6N. He's selling. His insurance then has to be transferred on something else before he gets a pickup truck, which is what he wants. So, I've got to get that thing sorted so he can put... Getting on, mate, come on, this thing, man. Oh, weakling. I've got to get it somewhat up to par so then he can drive it. Last time I was driving it, basically I stole it off him. Because I'd given it him, I was like, Dad, you can use this. And then the mighty, the one and only, the ghetto van broke. As she always does. And then I ended up pinching it and it came in handy. It was a damn good motor, to be fair. Not very quick. It's a 1.9 AGR engine, I think the code is. So it's a wastegated turbo on the newer bottom end. So it's got the water pump and everything built into it, not like an AHU like the van's got in it. No, yeah, AHU. So, got to sort the exhaust out. It's broke off on the Cat. There's a fucking ginormous hole in the back box. So if it comes to its MOT emission testing, you've got to pick pipe A, pipe B, or the hole. So I've got to sort that out as well. So, I'm going to check, see if it's self-bleed, because I'm gravity bleeding it, because as you can see, I'm going to get a cow to step on the brake pedal. I've got no stick on the brake pedal. So, just check that now, see if it's gravity bled, and then we'll crack on with the joyous task of making the exhaust work. As an exhaust, not as a, how could I describe it? Water sprinkler. Only it's gases, not water. That was a really bad joke. Okay, so the first problem is, I'm a genius. I put that wheel in there. That one. Put it back out. It's a bit stiff because obviously I'd literally wedged it in there. Put it back out, dropped it. What did I go and drop it on? Oh, that's right. I dropped it on the bleed nipple. So, as you can see, I'll see if I can get some focus on this stuff. Nope. We'll spin around on. I broke the fucker. So, I'm going to have to find one of them. Which is always... The other problem is, it's not even bleeding yet. So, I don't really know. I think what I might do is use my brain here. Stick this phone, which I use as my vlogging camera, because I'm me. Behind it, slam my foot on the brake pedal, see if any fluid comes out. Come back, check the footage. If it has, it has. If it hasn't, then we have a problem. Because I drove it back from Oswestry to here, so not that far, about 36 miles, with a V, which I bought from Halfords in Oswestry. on the brake line, chances are it squashed the brake line, which was just been my luck. Even though it was a rubber hose, but no, it's a crusty old Volkswagen. It's going to be crap. Right, let's find a bleed nipple and crack on. Oh, turbo bits. What do we have here? I have a bleed nipple. It's awfully big though. I think I actually have another piston in the back of that car, you know. Right, I'll find one. And then I'll be back with you. And I'm pretty sure I have black on my nose. Yes, I do. 10 seconds, I'll be back. So I have found this beautiful virgin. That nipple will fit. Job's good. But first, I'm going to dump you there. I'm going to record and see if any fluid even comes out. Yes, it will suck air back in the system. I know that's what everyone's going to be going in the comment section, but there's only me here. So I can't have someone put the foot on the brake pedal and then me bleed, because it won't work, because there's only me here. So, onwards and upwards, let's crack on with it. So, as you can see from the footage, the liquid did come out, which is a good sign. It now means all I have to do is one-handedly, while recording it, take this nipple off here, ram that down there, chuck it in the place of the old nipple because I'm a dick and I broke it. Crank her up a little bit. There we go. Now we'll go around to the front. Can't actually help the light here. Pump the holy hell out the brake pedal. And then go back round to the one which happens to be the furthest one away. And yes, I probably need to bleed the whole system, but I'm just trying this for now, see if the brakes actually work at all. See if this thing pops out again. Thread that out a touch. See, as you can see, it's bubbling a bit. See? So that's the air coming out of the system, so this is called a gravity bleed. If you don't have a pressure bleeder or anything such like, this is the best way of going about it. Gravity bleed it, it should work. If it doesn't work, then you've got a lot of air in the system, it's not going to work, but it shouldn't be too bad. Crack on, do this. And then it hasn't had a decent working handbrake pretty much since I've owned it, so I'm then going to put a pick through the stud holes, put a hardened pick or something through there, ping it down a bit, and then hopefully it'll have an handbrake, and then onto the exhaust and the other roof bar off, because as I've said, that's my green car, but I'm giving it to my dad, but I want the roof bars on. The favourite. I wish it was a damn favourite, I just like it. So it's a 3-door. 3-doors are cool. Saloon is cool, but not that cool. Right, so I'll be back with you in a minute when it's running out of just pure brake fluid, not bubbly brake fluid. Ta-da! Right, so it's finished. Bubbling away. Tightened it up. Looked on the adjustment on the drum, there's actually no more, so I'm kind of dreading it, but I'm going to take the interior out, bang that out quick times. The centre here, hold on, grab the torch and show you. But the adjusters under that plastic there, so to get that plastic out there, you got to take all of this crap out. So I'll do that quickly and find the adjuster and see if there's any more on there. Right, so I've adjusted it up. It's here. Oh god, I don't even know how to show you this. There, one's there. Oh good god. The other one's, you can't really see it. There. So one's there. These are 10mm ratchet spanner and open-ended spanner. And you can do it. So you can take a lot out, but I decided I really couldn't be bothered. So I undid the two 10mm here, pop that off there, and then you can just lift it up just about enough to get in there. So now I'll just chuck it back together and then onto the exhaust then, which is the biggest job of all because somehow I've got to refit a cat onto there. Well, there's a cat on there, but it's broken, so I've got to somehow do that. The cat's broke off the pipe. You'll see when I get it off anyway. But it's going to be a job. But yeah, brakes should be sorted now. Obviously, I've got to try them, but I'll try them once I've done all the exhaust and everything else, because then it's just a case of if that's still a problem, I've just got that to sort. So, onwards and upwards. Let's carry on. Right, so, done that. Looks all neat and tidy. Obviously there's a load of crap in the car, I've got to tidy it out and vacuum it and stuff, but that looks all neat and tidy. I've dropped it back down. I thought, you know, I'm going to shut that wheel on real and see what it looks like. If it was lower, the fitment ain't too bad, to be honest. I reckon if you lowered it, it would look pretty damn good, but it's already got a cracked sump because my dad don't know how to drive low cars, so he kind of went flying up the lane and put a little mark on the aluminium sump anyway. So now it leaks out the sump bung, which is far from ideal because I can't get it flat. I could angle grind it, but I've got 1, 2, 3, and then another 4. I've got 4 spare blocks knocking around. I'm just going to sump off one of them. I'll probably grind that one flat and chuck it back on the one I've taken it off, but for now it'll be alright. I ain't too worried about it. So I've got to sort the sump leak out as well. That's another thing, but main focus. The oil leak isn't a big problem because all he's got to do is just top the oil up. The exhaust blowing it hanging off isn't good because if it falls off, my dad's going to be pissed. So sort that out next. I'll jack it back up. I'm going to leave that wheel off while it's in the air because it make it handy because all the exhaust, you can actually see through the alloy wheel. The exhaust mounts there. So it'll make it easier, so I'm just going to jack it back up. Yeah, leave the wheel off, whatever, crack on. I will be back with you when it's in the air. So basically, what we got to do is undo the back box there, undo the bolts there, undo them bolts there, undo the bolts there, and undo the bolts in the engine side, drop the whole thing out and start again. Volkswagen exhausts, let's be honest here, if you know your Volkswagens, if you buy anything 1990 and you buy with standard exhaust, 99% likelihood is you're going to buy it, your exhaust's going to last about a week once you've lowered it, and it's going to die. In this case, it is only lowered 30mm, but they just die anyway, and they just suck. Unless it's had a new one fitted, but even then, they suck. Because unless you get OEM parts, which I'm pretty sure aren't made anymore, they might be, don't hold me to that. They suck, they just suck. You're better off making your own, like, honestly. That thing's got a different exhaust on it. I didn't do it, the one hangers broke off, but aside from that, it's a decent job. The van's got a straight pipe. It's not very clever, but it works. But that's made about 1 million exhausts. I haven't started off with fresh mild steel or fresh stainless or anything. I've literally just codged it together, and it works. Gets through MOT, doesn't matter. This thing hasn't had its exhaust touched since I've owned it. I was pretty impressed with it, to be honest. It's still an intact exhaust. For about 4 months out of the 6 months I was using it. So, be alright. Take it apart, make some beast out of it, it'll be alright. Got to leave a cat in, because if I'm going to sell it on, it needs a cat. Going to leave a mid-box in it, just so it's not obnoxious, because, to be fair, once you left the mid-box in, they're not much louder anyway. They sound pretty much the same. So, just get rid of the back box, because they suck. And go from there. So, I'm going to put you on a time, that's actually what I'm doing this. That'll work. Sound. So, I didn't do the time lapse like I said. I've started. I'm going to make it on time lapse in a minute. My dad turned up, said hello, whatever. So, I've snapped 2 bolts already. On the exhaust clamp there, you see. Try again. So, the joys of joys. I'm going to carry on. I'll get back to you when I've got it undone and everything. Because it's just it's a right job. It's never been taken off, I don't think. I think it might have done since it was originally made, but I don't think it's been taken off since. So, I shall crack on. And I shall record it for you. And you can see me struggling like a madman, trying to make a polo exhaust together. So, onwards and upwards we shall carry on. It's really dark. I don't know how I'm going to record this, but I'm going to have a go. I might stick this out here. Under here. Is there any view there? I'll figure it out. I'll put it somewhere. So, I shall see you in a bit. Enjoy my time lapse of struggling. So, as you can see, I've undone most of the stuff underneath. The one lot, the front bushings are bollocksed. So, I've got to figure out how to get the one bolt out of it, but I'm going to do that once I get the exhaust out, the rest of it. So, yeah. The joys. So, I'm going to attack the turbo bolts, hope to God they don't snap like the bolts underneath have on the clamps, and then go from there really. So I'm going to do that off camera because it's just be easier, and then I'll get back to you once that's done. That was a fucking nightmare. Don't demonetise me for that, but what a joke. They even fell off of it. You can't see it, heat shield. So I got to do all the heat shield, all because on me. Job to get that off, my hands are freezing, got it off. So that's where it's broke if you look. So I've got to make that fit back up again. And then job's good. And now I've just got to figure out the back box situation, but I'll crack on with that now. Clean it up, weld it up, happy days. Hope it actually welds. So yeah, happy days. Crack on. It's cold. Really cold. So, before I attack that, like I was going to, most important matters. Whack the kettle on. Need to make a brew. While the kettle's boiling. Flat this back, clean it up a little bit with the wire brush to get a nice tack on it. Right, so clean that up a bit. So now all I've got to do, you see, I'll bend it back like that. Like that. You see there's a little bit of movement there. Bend it back like that. See, it only seems like a little bit of movement there, you see, but if you look at the end, That's a fair bit of movement, so pull that back, put a tack on it, turn it over, clean up the other side, put a weld on it. Job's a good one. So, important matters, kettle has boiled. Now, we go to the toolbox. Tea bag. Cup. This is how you make a cup of tea. Right, you put the tea bag in. You put the hot water in. You get the spoon, neocone spoon. More difficult to do one hand this. Give it a stir. Give a tea bag a good squeeze. Not very strong tea, that. It's pretty disappointing. Should have used 2 bags. Oh well. Tea bag out. Wang it in the cup my dad used. Get the sugar. Yes, I'm using a tablespoon, I'm fully aware of that. And yeah, my sugar's got a bit of damp in it, but it'll be alright. Put the sugar in, give her a stir once the tea bag's removed. Because that's a cool thing to do. Don't know what to get the spoon out. Grab the milk. Bang a little bit of milk in there. Should be enough. Bang in. What a brew. And then you put your stuff back in the toolbox. Happy days. Right. Cup of tea made. Now let's crack on with what we were doing. Get focus. Yes, right. Oh, now I use, forgot what size one was, slightly smaller than 3.2. That was not very pleasant. Man. Now what the fuck? And then it arcs like shit. Happy days. laid some wicked bird shit on that. I'll be back for you in a second. Right, so I've turned it over. I'm going to try weld this other side in a second. It's just not welded very well. See, this side welds any better. And that's now a hole. I'll be back in a second. It's welded like shit again, but whatever, it'll be fine. It's no, the welds are hideous, I'm aware of that. They look like shit. Okay, don't say fuck all. The metal's crap, I'm not bothered, it's welded together, it ain't going nowhere, that's all that matters. Right, now, I'll put this video back up tomorrow just for the simple reason is I'm bloody cold. I'll chuck it on a time lapse of me tidying up, and then that's it, I'm going home. I'm freezing. Like, look. You know? I'm not even smoking or nothing, and look. That's inside the workshop. The car's half in, half out of the workshop. I'm going home. So, I'll tidy up, bring it back to you tomorrow. Okie dokie.